And schedule on archers is a little bit more important, because you don't want them to shoot out all their ammunition far too quickly. You can either have an active schedule all the time, and then remove the activation of the schedule over here, like I said before, in squads. Bolts of stabbing, since it's not active right now, it doesn't matter what my schedule is. You can either have an active schedule all the time, like I said, and then activate it or inactivate it as you want, or you can have a schedule that isn't active all the time, which means that either very few of the dwarves are training at any given time, or at some months all the dwarves train, and at another months none of the dwarves train. Let's see the bolts of stabbing. You can have, for example, 5 dwarves train every second month, and the other months only 1 dwarf train. Now the production of bolts could possibly keep up with all the bolts that are shooting out. And to get them to shoot on our target, you have to create archery targets, and you don't create them in the masonry, unlike the weapon rack and the armor rack. You actually build them from stone, I think. So it's B, and then it's, let's see now, there, archery target, capital A. And then you just place it somewhere like here and choose a type of stone, just like you build anything else. But as you can see here, I have actually built archery targets before, and now all I have to do is to actually activate the bolts of stabbing on the archery target like this. No, not them. Bolts of stabbing. I don't know if you have to do this individually, but it would seem that the dwarves, most of the dwarves, are actually training on only one of them. So far, it hasn't made any change for me. So perhaps you could build only one archery target and have all the dwarves train on them. Every time they're shooting a bolt out, as far as I've seen, the bolt is then lost if it's training. Sometimes out in battle, the dwarves the bolts can be received after. As you can see here, there are bolts in the water actually. But when they are training, the bolts are lost. When you have selected the squads to actually train on the target, you then have to select from which way they're going to shoot. And since I've built the archery target at the top, I want them to shoot from the bottom. And I do that by pressing either W, A, S or D. And it's S from the bottom to the top, as you can see here. I think this is all. No, I should probably show you how the dwarves do when they want to kill something. Let's see if I got something in the area. Yes, I got a weasel over here. Now, if I wanted to kill this weasel, I have to actually go into squads, and then I have to select the type of squad that I want to do the action. The actions they can do is actually attack with K, same as kill. They can move to an area by M, or they can cancel the orders and go back to what they were doing before, like trading or so. It's very important that you cancel the orders. If you have the dwarves to kill something, they will go over to the where they think the animal or the monster is, and then when they kill the creature, they will just be standing over it until they almost thirst to death. So it's very important that you cancel orders. It's the same when you have the move to some place. The dwarves will move to the area, and then you have to actually cancel the order by pressing O. And I want the picks of medicine to kill or attack the weasel, so I press K. And now I can either select the monster from a list like this, and then go down to the weasel. I go up and down, plus and minus, and then the two the dot right next to it goes down one, and slash goes up one. I prefer, however, to first find whatever creature I want to attack by pressing U, going to others, and then going to the weasel like this by pressing C. And now we can zoom to the weasel. Now, to select this weasel to attack it, you press S for squad. I should select A. I press K, and now I can instead select in rectangle. And I press once, and I press twice. Now everything in between here will be selected for killing. I think when there's a larger list, you can actually select between them, just as you're selecting between the squads. Remember, shift to select several. When you've selected several, hold shift and press one of them to deselect them. If you want to select something, press A or B. If you get more than the number of squads or creatures that I've selected here, you can go down plus and minus with them. Now if I were to press space, the dwarves will slowly move up here and try to kill the weasel up here. But I probably don't want that, so I'm going to change, remove the order now by pressing O like this. One problem with having dwarves training inside is that dwarves can get something called I think it's called, I don't remember the exact name, but they get so used to being inside caves that they actually get sick or very irritated when they see the sun. So if you got a squad training for years inside and not going out, and then you order them to go out, they may actually stay around there, and you might get annoyed and wonder why. What they're doing then is being annoyed against the sun. Sometimes they're even vomiting, and generally not wanting to follow orders. Sorry. So it's important that you sometimes either let the dwarves get out, or you have an outside garden like this with statues that's walled in, and the only way to get in from it is from inside the fort. The problem with this is, of course, that flying monsters might get in here, and if you don't get a wall all around, the thieves might sneak in here. And the weather will also affect the dwarves being here. If you get a very nice statue garden, the dwarves might actually not care that much about the weather. But if you're in a area where it's a very bad weather, where it actually kills the dwarves, you can actually make glass at the glass furnace, and then you can create glass floor as a roof for the dwarves, so they are protected from flying monsters from above and the weather, while still actually seeing the sun. I think this is all. Yeah. See you some other time.